Hey guys, coming to you live with a little bit of content to say thank you. Just wanted to reach out and say hi to everybody. We just got our store credit for our affiliate code on TCG Player, so I thought I would do a little bit talking about the market. If you guys haven't used my code yet, this is how you do it. You just go to my Instagram and you click on my link, and it will send you to my Ginger Fusion code. So in my case, I'm already logged in because it's my computer, but you just go ahead and you bookmark this tab, and then from then on, when you shop at TCG Player, you support Ginger Fusion. So it means a lot to me for you guys have already done it. 260 of you guys did it, so that's a lot of people. So it means a lot to me. And without further ado, let's just get into what I want to talk about. So when we talk about grading, we're looking for certain factors about long-term potential, and it's getting weird because there's certain cards that are unique. Right now, we see the price of the cases for Ultimate Squad really dropping. If you're looking here, you can get a case right now for $524. That means this person lost $100 on this case, but they don't want to carry the Dragon Ball. So they're like, hey, whatever, we'll dump it. Now they may not have actually lost that 100. Keep in mind they got pre-release packs as a store for getting these. So they might have sold their pre-release packs and they're like, hey, let's just break even, no big deal. The important part to keep in mind is these two cards that we're going to talk about to see where their bottom is and what their long-term growth is. I remember the days of Set 9. So not too long ago, before COVID hit and the world was better. The good old days. So this set is reminiscent of Set 9 because it has a lot of powerful cards that are staples. You can see my bad boy, baby juvenile Parasoid, ticking up to $18 after my 3 wins at Gen Con. But then you still see a lot of the other cards are maintaining high prices, even though the set's very cheap. The reason why is that this set is extremely powerful in long-term application. Some cards like this Son Goku Pan, they're very good. You can put it underneath unisons, give it markers. Same thing with this pan. There's a lot of utility in this set in different colors. So it's something to keep in mind is that this set is going to be a relevant and power set, but because of what's been going on with Bandai, it hasn't sold as well. So we separate that data and that information where we can buy the product for cheap from the two cards that matter. And these cards do remind me of Invoker back in the day and Smoke Dragon. So these cards, back in the day, you could buy Invoker when it first came out for about $200, and we never saw it dip below that. Whenever we wanted to with Apex of Power, it would always start to, and you see here, it was at 220, it dips down to 201, and immediately starts to dip back up. We're seeing that same trend that Apex of Power did because Gohan cards statistically sell really well. So if I look at Gohan cards in general, and you look at the signature, it's still $400, okay? It grades as a 10, always for $1,000. But if we look at other signatures, you'll notice that that's not true of ones that are rarer. So like Trunks, same rarity. It's only $340. Hit, down to $150. And then if we just go with the original SPRs like Frieza and Beerus, it's even worse. Look at that, down to $189, and Tournament of Power is much rarer than Gohan. So Gohan is one of those Vegeta level powerful characters. I'd say Vegeta's number 1. He's eclipsed Goku in this game. More people with money chase Gohan and Vegeta. Goku is just, he's not for the people who are successful. I think it's because that the character of Goku, it's just not as fun. Like Brawly, he's another one. He's always commands some money. So that being said, I think this is a safe buy, and I would actually recommend people continue to buy up Piccolo's Son Gohan and grade them for the movie coming out. That's what we're going to do is have that card graded, so when the movie comes out and there's a lot more hype around it, then we will buy more of these in the future because there'll be more available. There's cases available, 25 listings, so that's multiple cases. There's more of these out there. Now, the other card that I think is relevant to pick up, and I'm not too surprised it hasn't dipped below 100 because it's so pretty, is Oath of Z. Oath of Z goes so good with a hero's lineage that it's insane. You get the men and the women on top, and whichever way you want it, it looks awesome. What I would call Oath of Z is a signature card. What I mean by that is I think this card is going to be a collector's dream to get graded and get your favorite signature from a voice actor on it, regardless of who you get. So at $100, you can get Chris, you can get, I don't know, remember who does Krillin right now, but we got Krillin on here. You got Yamcha, you got Tien, you got Gohan, Stephanie's on here, you got Chaozu, and of course you got Sean Shamel, you got Goku, you got every character you could possibly want on here, and so you can choose like a great piece for it, and it looks awesome. Like, this is a beautiful card, so I really think that long term, you're going to see this card go up. We were hoping it was going to drop into like the 50s and 60s so we could buy them up in one day, and it never happened. And if we're 2-3 weeks into release, it hasn't happened at all, where it goes down like a little bit, but then people buy it. And look at how many sales there are. Like, TCG is not a huge indicator, but every day someone's buying up this card. And that's a big sign. Like, people like it, people love it. I have one that I might put on my whatnot. I'm debating about it because it's so pretty. And then same thing with Piccolo. Piccolo, the reason why I compare it to Apex of Power is it's highly playable and it's got that Gohan art with the Piccolo. So it's doing all the things that we want as collectors because some people are going to play with these. That means that there's going to be less versions available to be graded. And, I don't know. For me, it seems like the right option. So I recommend it. If you guys are worried about grading it, I would make sure to pay the extra so you have it in time. That's the big thing. So I just want to talk about it, do a little bit of content, talking about what I'm grading right now. But the important part is I'm trying to find graders who are willing to do bulk and economy at a good rate. As you guys saw in my little Instagram post I did put up, we did get contacted by a different grader who's not CGC, BGS, or PSA. They were willing to work out a deal with us where we kind of like endorse them. And as a result, we get cheaper rates and we would sell it to you guys. We said no. The reason why is the reality of it is if it's not one of the big three, you don't make money on your grading. And we don't want to sell you guys a bad product. So just keep that in mind. If we're not willing to do it, we won't sell you something that somebody else is doing. So I don't recommend any third-party people. I recommend the big three. CGC primarily because their slabs actually look good. And if you have a membership, man, it's like $12, $13 per slab. You can make money off that, and you can keep the ones that you want. PSA was my preferred because it was $10 a slab under bulk. I used to submit everything to them. And then BGS was only $20, so same thing. I have hundreds of thousands of dollars, it feels like, still there. So hopefully I get those cards back soon. But obviously I can't recommend a product if it's not currently in existence. So we'll talk soon. I'll be doing these like probably every week or two, just like a little bit more content. I'm enjoying content. I just got to figure out what I want to talk about. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is some of those other options we have for U7 going forward. But there's no real regionals, so we're kind of in a lull. I got no events to play in, so I'm going to go switch over to My Hero for the next 2 weeks and play in their regional in Orlando. So we're going to be able to do a little video talking about My Hero Academia for y'all. Because that's another IP that I think is very popular, and we're at the startup of it. And generally speaking, startup of games is where you make your money. So you can buy cards extremely low. People don't have a lot of faith in the game, and that's where you can make a lot of money. If you want to buy, for example, they have these promos that come from regionals. They're a very low amount to them, and they're extended arts to cards that already exist. They're not very expensive. They're like $30, $40, but they look amazing. I don't know if they're on Instagram or anything like that. Let's take a look while we're talking. But I don't think they are based on what I know about them. And I like them a lot. So they're fantastic. So we'll take a quick look. But I really think stuff like that, for me, I like that Unverse is doing that, or Universe, however I say it. I'm not going to lie, I'm new to the brand. I never played the previous game. But if I look up the promos under My Hero, there you go. Yeah, here they are. So these are awesome. So these are some of the ones I'm talking about. We picked up like Float. Everyone loves this character. She's adorable, and it's a really good art. So we picked up 4 of those to grade. Let's see. Let's make it so you guys can actually see it if you're watching the YouTube video. Boom, there she is. She's just doing the command that she does. She makes things float. And then we've got some of the other ones are just as awesome. What do we got here? So these are the XSRs. Obviously, people know to grade those. But then when we get into these kind of things, these are just awesome. Like Froppy's a popular character, Specialist of Sound. And then these events are already gone, so you can't get more of them. I was surprised that this one's so cheap because in my mind, he's the Vegeta of My Hero Academia. So when we talk about grading, we want something that people are going to attach with the IP. And generally speaking, the character who's kind of like the middle of an antagonist and a protagonist always sells the best. So it's not surprising that Vegeta does really well because more people can probably resonate well with a Bakugo than they can with a Deku, right? Like Deku just tries really hard, things always work out, then he becomes like, the next successor to the power. Well, that's not, as much so as like this guy who has a bunch of potential, tries really hard, and he's still being eclipsed by Deku at points. So it's cool. It resonates with people. I would expect the card to be more expensive in the long term. But then, of course, there's some cards like these that are top 8, and they're just beautiful, and who doesn't enjoy a little bit of fan service? So I think they're doing a great job. I'm going to switch over to some grading for them, and we'll see if it pans out. Worst case scenario, what we always do for grading, and the important thing to talk about is all the things I'm going to grade are also things I'm willing to keep long term and just enjoy. So, if you guys can see behind us, I'm not sure with the way I have the angle, but you can kind of see it. There's a display back there of all the different stuff. It looks awesome. We have all of our PSAs, our BGS, and then our Pikachu collection up there. And so if I need to sell something, sure, break glass, we can sell it. But otherwise, we hold on to it, and it's part of my collection, and I can enjoy it. It's the same thing we're going to do with My Hero. That's why I'm probably going to grade them with either CGC or PSA, because it's affordable, it'll be fast, and then I get them back. So enjoy yourselves, and like I said, we're doing a little bit more content, just hanging out, and it really means a lot. Thank you guys so much for doing and using my affiliate code. Without you guys, I can't do this stuff. So you guys are making my dreams come true. Also, more importantly, forgot to mention it, if you DM me, let me know you use my affiliate code. I get so many messages from players, it's amazing to me. I get it from collectors asking me their advice on what they should invest in. I get people all the time. And I honestly don't enjoy answering those questions because I don't know what you should do with your money. However, if you are one of those people that use my affiliate code and you need help on your deck, if you're trying to figure out where to put your money, you want to look at some data, and we already do a large amount of data for all card games, because data is what gives you results, I don't mind sharing it with you. People who use my affiliate code, I feel like you guys should get something, and even though it's free for you to use my affiliate code, I get a benefit. So I appreciate you, and it's my way of saying it. So like I said, just mention that ahead of time, that you're a subscriber, you use my affiliate code on TCG Player, and I'll be more likely to respond. I still might respond if you don't. And then also, final news, we're about to get a super rare item in the store. Now, if you're watching this, that item, when you see it, I do apologize. It will be only for people who have bought before July. There's going to be a cutoff on it because this item is so rare, I'm going to have too many requests for it. So I'm excited for it. It should be hitting pretty soon. I spent way too much money on what we got, but we should make some profit because it's pretty awesome. What you guys will be pretty excited for the heat we're going to bring. We're going to do a lot of content with this stuff. So that being said, that's how we do all of our big sales. First things first, whenever I win a regional, whenever I do anything, you always DM me, you message me and be like, hey, I'm already a supporter. I've done this and that. I'd like to buy your rare items, and I'll let you do that. And then we open it up to the public. I feel like that's the best way to do business. So later, guys. I'll see you guys later on.